Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Jehovah Shah, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Jehovah Shah. So we gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikah, Quadash. Give honors to the apostles and the bishop and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready, concepted, and not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing the truth and believing this truth to the four ends of the earth, the entire world shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agwath who are listening and learning, you for your sisters who are listening and learning. Coming at you with another lesson, true fact, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, will this be edifying. So I titled this lesson, Condition to be a Good Servant. For some, a highly educated servant. And I had another title yesterday, two different titles. I was going, but the spirit changed. The spirit is like the wind, thus saith the scriptures. So I didn't do a lesson yesterday. So, conditioned to be a good servant. For some, a highly educated servant. At the plantation, I always had the managers to put on the station down here in Orlando. It's 94.5. And it plays slow jams. It used to play nothing but slow jams. Now it plays certain, what you would call up-to-date slow jams, and every now and then they throw some rap in there. I don't know why, because this is a slow jam station. Even though all the slow jams from the 80s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s, it was all about adultery, man. But anyway, so I had to put on this radio station, because the station that they play is all country music. Now the station plays, sometimes they play Michael Jackson, they may play some certain songs of Jake, Aaliyah, Mariah Carey, but I have to put on 94.5, and it plays all day. Oldie Goldies, what my auntie called Oldie Gold is Earth, Wind and Fire, and Marvin Gaye, Marvin Cease, Teddy Pendergrass. So I was listening to it this morning because I go in at 6. I told the manager, can I get 94.5 for a little, for a little bit? So on the Ricky Smiley show, right? He had a doctor on this morning. And he had different guys. In the morning, he have a pastor. The pastor talking about, yeah, hit me on Instagram, this. And be saying some stupid garbage, plantation Christianity, some theological cemetery garbage. So this morning, he had a doctor on there, and the doctor was answering certain questions. So, and it had to be an Evite that called in and said, so I took the Yabawaki, I took the first Capri Sun, then I took the booster Capri Sun. What should I do next? I was like, oh man. Listen, man. Our people are being conditioned to be a good servant. And those that get to move up and get an education, they are called a highly educated servant, man. And what you are is a house nigga. We talk about house niggas. House niggas, man. When you watch the movie Django, that slow brother nigga, Samuel Jackson, that's a real 10th powerhouse nigga. Or the video I did on the movie Roots. Remember what Luke Gossel said? I get to sit in the master's house. I get to eat from the master's table. And when I get sick, I get to drink me some cone whiskey. And you ain't gonna mess that up for me. He was talking to Kunta. If you remember the video, when you watch the movie Roots, he had Kunta sitting on back of the wagon, And he told him, listen, use Kunta now. Your name Toby. And you gonna do what the master say, and you ain't gonna mess up what I got. Listen, all your celebrities. That's what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 4 and 8. They reign like kings without us. And I would to God that they did reign, that we may all reign together, because they are not ruling. They ain't kings. LeBron James ain't no king. Denzel Washington and Will Smith and whoever you can think of that allegedly made it, because they ain't make it in the eyes of the Lord. They made it in the eyes of the so-called white man. And they didn't even make it because a consolation prize is something that you give to losers, man. Will Smith, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Denzel Washington. Everybody love Denzel. I like Denzel because Equalizer movies is fire. But they are, they have received a consolation prize. When you look at the word consolation prize, it's something that's been given to losers, man. Sell out, slow belly niggas. They have been conditioned to be a good servant, man. And those that is cold because these devils have these in school, these science projects, right? What they do with these ones that do good on these science projects? Them be the ones that wind up working at your NASA's, your Lockheed Martins, the Boeings. Yeah, who was the greatest minds of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? And they set them in a place because it ain't about what you know, it's who you know. You gotta when you look at the word rudiments in Colossians 2:8. The fundamentals, the foundations, the first principle, the essentials of the so-called white man. And anybody that watch my videos, I go into the raw rudiments in Colossians 2 and 8 so much because everything that we was taught here was what? Of the so-called white man. And the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28 and 48 that we shall go to the enemy for the one of all things, right? Being educated by the so-called white man is a part of going to him for the one of all things, man. And it's not nobody on the planet that cannot say they went to a so-called white man's college. You got these slow belly niggas down here in Florida talking about, well, I went to Bethune Cookman. That's a black woman. You slow belly niggas. Who gave her the funding? Who funded that? Bethune Cookman College. Who funded it? The so-called white man. She got her government funding from the so-called white man to educate you slow-bellied dumb niggas to follow the so-called white man. Listen, man. Real talk, man. Real talk. Plantation Christianity. You have been conditioned to be a good servant, for some, a highly educated servant. Oh, I'm a journalist. Nigga, you work for the so-called white man. Who sign our checks? Who name on your check? And we don't even get checks no more. Your money is going digitally, direct deposit, man. Okay? This is what we going to. Well, the micro CEO. Niggas, slow-bellied niggas, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You spicks, spooks, porch monkeys, wetbacks, and savages have been conditioned to be good servants or a highly educated servant, man. That's what it is. Let's get this. And it is sickening, man. But it is what it is. The Lord say we should go to the enemy for the one of all things. We're under curses, man. In the Revelation, matter of fact, let me get this first. In Revelation 20:21, it reads, until Yahweh shall return, man. We under these curses. Revelation 20:21. And he showed me a pure river of water of life. Clear. What's clear mean? Purified. It's pure. It ain't defiled. Clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. Because when we get to the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be perfect, man. will never go off. So this river is he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal. There's no defilements, there's no contaminations proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on every side of the river, was there a tree of life. And to tell you in Psalm 1 and 1 that the men of the Lord shall be planted as a tree by what? The rivers of water. In the midst of the street of it, on every side of the river, was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits. For what? The 12 tribes of Israel. And yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Yeah, because all the 16 heathen nations, because Esau gonna be done away with. The 16 heathen nations gonna be in order, man. They gonna get their healing from us. And if they don't come to us, the Lord say ain't gonna be no rain, it's gonna be drought. And they're gonna be willing in this in this time, all 16 heathen nations, they're gonna run to us. It tell you that in Zechariah. They shall pull on him that is of a Jew. They shall put on the skirt of him that is a Jew and say, I know that the Lord is with thee. It's saying, there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And this is happening now. But in the kingdom of heaven, ain't gonna be no more curse, man. But 2/3, Isaiah chapter 30. Let's start at 1. They have been conditioned to be good servants, man. And going back, right? Going back. So the chick said, so the chick said on the morning show, she was like, could a doctor? He was asking different questions, and Ricky Smiley had other people asking the doctor different questions. So when he came to her, and she was like, so I took I joined a Capri Sun, the first one. Then I took the Capri Sun booster. What shall I do next? I was like, what? I'm in that motherfucker moving. I said, this motherfucker said, she said, what shall I do next? What? And he said, he gave her, listen, take another one and another one, drink all the Capri. This nigga said, a so-called doctor, Jake, he said, drink all the Capri Sun that they offering. That's what that nigga said. What? Drink all the Kool-Aid? Yeah, drink every Kool-Aid that the so-called man is offering you. Listen, man, that just threw me for a loop, man. Like it's people, your family members, your people that you know, they are just taking everything. They just shoving it up their ass, man. And they ain't questioning nothing. Well, the elites got an agenda. It's called problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. The people react. The people react so much till they like, we need to have a meeting. Can we go to, we need to have like PTA meetings for parents. They go to schools and shit when things is going on. They create the problem. The people react. And they say, you know what, this is what you should do. If your money, if somebody keep hacking your account, if you put your money on this micro C hip, nobody can take it. That's the problem reaction. The solution is take the micro C hip and you'll be good. Take the Yabawaki, drink this Capri Sun, and you'll be good. We got a brother in the camp that work in the medical field. It's people that's dying They are getting cancer out of the blue. They just getting cancer. They don't smoke cigarettes. Now Esau even put them in the food. They putting it in the food. They are getting cancer out of the blue. But guess what? They drunk the Capri Sun. And he told me they getting these different type of cancers, and it come from drinking the Capri Sun, man. He been in the medical field for umpteen years, man. And people are getting cancer from drinking the Capri Sun, the Yabawaki, man. But you are conditioned to be good servants for some highly educated servants, man. Jake is just moving with the crowd. Isaiah 30:1. Woe, which is destruction, to the rebellious children. And this word children means sons, because the Lord deal with the men first, and the men deal with the women. Woe to the rebellious children. Woe to the rebellious sons, saith Yahweh, that take counsel. What kind of counsel? Of everybody else, but not of the Lord. That take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. What did Eve and Adam do? And I said Eve and Adam, because Eve sinned first, and then she made Adam go off. Because if a woman got that good box, that good top, she can deceive you. She'll make you go off, man. It's messed up, but they'll make you go off. That's why you gotta be strong in the mind. What old boy say? I'm strong in the mind. Eve and Adam took a covering. The Lord said, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That's why in Revelation, even Adam wasn't naked in the garden, man. The Lord took this truth away from him, man. So they was what? They were spiritually naked. Like it said, Revelation 11:8. We were spiritually naked, man. This is Revelation 16 and 5 and Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, least he walk naked, and they see his shame. The Lord don't deal with nakedness, man. There's a law about being naked. Your children aren't supposed to see you naked. So what is it talking about? Remember when Noah got drunk and it tell you that Ham looked at his father's nakedness and Noah cursed. He said, "Cursed be Canaan, the first of Ham." Right? Noah was literally naked. This ain't talking about that, man. This is a spiritual nakedness. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, and keepeth his garments. What garments? The covering of the Lord, man. Least he walk naked, and they see his shame. And remember, when you read in Ezekiel 37, these nations, they saw our shame for a long time. When you read Revelation 11, it tells you that they sent gifts one to another, man, taking pictures of them burning Jake alive, them hanging Jake alive with a hand tied behind his back, right? That was us being spiritually naked, man. Proverbs 21 and 16. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. We were spiritually dead, man. The Lord did this to us. So it wasn't talking about Adam and Eve literally being naked in the garden, man. Because they wasn't the only two. It was all 18 nations that you see on that sign when it say the table of nations, they was there, man. The Lord chose the lineage through when you read in Genesis, it tell you that they all was called Adam. What's that mean? The Lord said Eve was also called Adam. Those was called, as the apostles broke down to you, they was called the Adamites. It tell you in the scriptures that he said that he and her, they was called Adam, man, meaning Adamites, man. They covered themselves by the philosophies of the other nations. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that and say, and that covered with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt. This is America. America is Egypt. Revelation 11:8 tell you that, man. The pyramid on the back of the dollar. It said that walk to go down to Egypt. Why? Because of the benefits, the assistance that they give you and have not. And you know what's messed up? They have given so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians assistance. They think this is their God, man. Jake think this is their God, man. The so-called white man that walked to go down to Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And what, Lord? To trust. You know what trust means? You have put your whole life in the hands of the so-called white man. I'm trying not to use rude speech. I'm trying my best. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. You trust in these bastards. It's going to be your shame. Hosea 4:7. The Lord said, whatever you glorify in that day, that's what's going to have to save you, man. So you trust in the so-called white man. This nigga finna be destroyed. And guess what? When things start to hit home, he's running into a bunker. He ain't taking you regular, average, everyday Joe Negroes with him to the bunkers. It's only the least going. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Oh, you Jake, you trusting this nigga. This nigga finna run to the bunkers, man. Cause he can't leave Earth. Where's he gonna go? Salakia. In Amos 9, it said they shall flee, right? They shall go into the holes of the caves, into the earth, right? They should go into their space station, into their mountains. They're gonna take their sub yachts and go into the ocean. They can't escape. This is so funny. It's funny, man. But you two-third niggas, you trust these niggas, and they can't even say their own life. But you put your hands in the life of the so-called white man, and he can't save his own life, man. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Everything the so-called woman brings to the table is confusion. The Lord said in Genesis 3:15. What he said in Genesis 3:14? He said, on thy belly shall thou go, and dust shall thou eat. Oh, hold on. Let's get it, man. This nigga gonna bring number confusion to the table, man. He don't even care about his own people. How you got Jake? How you got heathens that go to the army and fight for the so-called white man, and when they get home, them niggas is homeless. We downtown every weekend, man. You know how many homeless Edomites down there? It's plenty, man. It's a plethora of Edomites, man. The Lord said that's against His laws. A man that go fight war and suffer poverty, man. The so-called white man don't care nothing about his own people, man. Genesis 3:14. And Yahweh said unto the serpent, this serpent is talking about someone that's conniving, cunning, crafty, trickery. You ain't talking about no damn snake, man. You slow-bellied people on the planet, man. This talking about a nation of people, man. Because thou has done this. What did he do, Lord? He deceived. Thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. The scripture tell us that all Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, the Chinese, Japanese, the Africans, the Iranians, everybody's beast, man. Everybody's beast. Thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. And it tell you that in Ecclesiastes 3, the Lord say, upon thy belly shall I go. If you're on your belly, what that mean? That mean you at the lowest point of your life. You on the bottom. You just sliding around. And dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life. Thus mean what? Confusion, man. Confusion. So Jake that trusts in the so-called white man is what? Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. The Lord talking to you two-thirds right here. And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. Con meaning with, fusion meaning with mixture, man. A mixture. In America, you can worship Buddhism, Hinduism. You can worship Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, Protestant, Seventh-day Adventist, Catholic. You can worship anything here, man. Confusion. Let me go back. Let me just go down. Isaiah 30:12. It reads, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye who two-thirds despise this word, and what they do, Lord, and trust in oppression. What does it mean to trust in oppression? You niggas got Stockholm syndrome. Go look up Stockholm syndrome, see what that means. And trust in oppression and perverseness and stay their own. Therefore, the Lord say, this iniquity. What's the iniquity? That you trust in oppression. This is the iniquity, man. That you trust in oppression. Therefore, this iniquity. What iniquity, Lord? Trust in oppression shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh sudden in the instance. You ever went somewhere and you saw an old building, or you saw this wall, and you saw how the mortar mix that was between the bricks got cracks in it. Some of the bricks done been they coming out like they bulging out. The cracks in the concrete is broken up. And every day you go to that wall, every day and you sit there and you lean on it and you chill. One day that wall gonna fall on your slow belly ass. That's what it's talking about. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall. But day and day you go to it and lean on it and chill. Like that Welling wall. Them slow belly Edomites, them small hats, it's gonna fall on their head, man. It say this breach is it say, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, man. It's something that's is holding up, but one day it's gonna fall on you, man. And you knew it's old, but you still were like, it ain't bothering you. It's still good. Swelling out. It says swelling out. This is bricks. This is concrete that's breaking up and it's about to fall at any moment. Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instance. Because you're gonna be leaning or you're gonna be standing there, and one day it's just gonna fall on your head, man. Jake has been conditioned. They've been conditioned to trust in this system, man. This is Isaiah. There's a few precepts, man. They're telling this at the plantation. After I heard this slow belly Evite talking about, what should I do? I joined the first Capri Sun. And then I took one of the Caprice boosters. What shall I do? And this nigga said, take everything that they give you. You want to make sure you're covered and protected. What? Covered and protected by who, man? Isaiah 36:6. Lo, that trusted in the staff of this broken reed. America is broken. It tell you that in Jeremiah 51. They have take bomb. Listen, they keep printing more money. What they call it? Quantitative easing, QE. Printing more money, right? Which is what? Bomb, man. Take balm for her pain. If it so be, she may be healed. Now, America can't be healed, but two-thirds of Jake still in 2023. And we in July. They done what they said that they about to make everything digital. They done gave these slow belly niggas and the ones that rightfully can carry arms, right to bear arms, you don't need your carrying license. So you can just pull up on a nigga and he step on your shoe and you have been rightly justified by killing a nigga, man. Yeah, rightly justified, man. Isaiah 36 and 6. Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed. America is broken. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah 14. Matter of fact, let's read that. In Isaiah 14, let's get 10. Everybody trusting in the so-called white man. And this nigga kingdom is falling. Isaiah 14 and 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, thou also become weak as we. How? Because they are losing power. We are watching the so-called white man's rulership diminish. Thou become like unto us. And it tell you that in Joel 3. In Joel 3, man. America, the so-called white man's power has become weak. And it's cold because when you read Ezekiel 28, the Lord is using the Russians to magnify the power over all the other Edomites. And everybody is joining to Russia because their power concerning Edom is magnified against even the elites. Because they are controlling the earth. Well, the Lord is using the Russians to bring down everything, man. Because in the law, what it said in the law is in Exodus 21, Exodus 22. If he have nothing, he shall be sold. And we brought this out last week. When the elites go into the bunkers, guess what? When Yahushua returns, when the elite go into the bunkers, they will have nothing, man. So what's got to happen? They asses got to put chains on. Put this chain on, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Oppenheimer, DuPont, Getty. Put this chain on, boy, because they ain't going to have nothing. It tell you in the law. If he have nothing, he shall be sold himself. So why would these niggas trust in these niggas that don't really got nothing? They don't own nothing. Everything they got is vanity. Everything they got is vanity, man. Right. We brought this out Saturday. This is GMS Saints of the Most High, Ecclesiastes 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. When you read this chapter, he's envious at his own self. He's even his own portion, man. It said he's a nigger at his own table. Edomites all around America is homeless. I ain't talking about some homeless, what they call them hobos. I'm talking about ones that went to go fight wars. And they returned just like the niggas did. The niggas returned from the armies and they were still called spooks, spicks, porch monkeys, wetbacks, and savages. I'm talking about Edomites that went to go fought the wars and they came back and they don't got nothing. Well, that's the Lord turning things right side up. Isaiah 25 and 7. The Lord say he will destroy the covered cast over all people, man. Okay? The Lord is turning things right side up, man. And you got niggas in 2023. I'm talking about July the 5th, 2023, still trusting in Edomites, man. These niggas don't got no power, man. We don't need the so-called white man validation for nothing, man. We don't need it. We never needed it. We was blindsided. But then the Lord gave us that ice off. And oh boy, Isaiah 14:11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, all the garbage, everything that goes on, the music, hey, and you can listen to some Beethoven and some Mozart, and it might put you, it's garbage, man. It's all garbage, man. In the noise of thy vows, the worms spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. This place is corroded. When worms cover you, and under you, the maggots, that's corrosion, corruption. That's being deteriorated, man, annihilated, man. But you still got Jake that love these so-called white people, man. They fight tooth and nail. I went into the break room. I went into the break room today, right, to get some water. I'm, I always take alkaline water to work. Everybody like, why you drink that type of water? Why you don't drink water from work? I ain't drinking this water no fluoride in it, and it couldn't even fluoride in my alkaline water. Whatever. I prayed over it. So they said there's two Edomites in the break room, female, Shevites. They told me, oh, he loved me more. Oh, he loved. I said, listen, I love everybody. I'm being circumspect. Now, there's another Edomite female, her and her husband, right? 2 years ago, they were talking about having a baby. Man, listen, call out Yahweh Shema Shah. They were talking about having a baby, right? So I asked the husband recently, because I hadn't seen him for a while because I used to work overnight. So when I saw him, since I've been on morning shift, I said, man, how the baby doing? So he showed me a picture. Young Edomite, they young. I'm talking about like between 20 and 26. Young. He showed me a picture. I said, man, that's what's up. The baby 18 months. So I said, man, that's what's up. So he said, oh, we had another baby. I'm like, what? The year flying by fast. They had two babies. I ain't seen them in like maybe 6 months to a year. Cover night. I worked overnight. I was working overnights. Listen. And he was like, yeah, she wanna have 10. He said his girl, she young too. Young, and she used to ask me questions. Let me tell you something. She told me that her father stopped following, he was Catholic, and he stopped following Catholic because he stopped believing the lies they was teaching. And I mentioned to her about the Roman Empire. And she was like, yeah, my father told me they lied about the Romans and the Catholic Church. I was like, wow. So recently, he told me that she want to have 10. So I saw her today, and I was like, yeah, I talked to your husband. And she was like, what happened? I said, yeah, I was asking him how the baby doing. Because I hadn't seen him since last year before last. And I was like, yeah, he told me the baby he showed me a picture. And I said, damn, y'all had 2 kids? She was like, yeah. I said, man, the time I said he told me you want to have 10. She was like, yeah. Call like how about Shema Shah? We need them little fuckers on the plantation. Hey, put your hand on that card and you better not bleed on it, boy. She said she want to have 10. Real talk. I was like, call like about Shema Shah. Cause we need that little fuckers on the plantation. We need him, her, picking cotton, and you better not bleed on my damn cotton, you bastards. Straight up. Just man, listen. They don't know, man. It's beautiful to be in the midst of Yahweh Shema Shai, to be in the midst of this truth, and the world don't know what's going on. The prophecy that's playing out among these people. Look at the news. They read newspapers and like, oh man, that's crazy. Wow, that really happened in Turkey. Over 40,000 people died in the earthquake. As the numbers mounted up. Oh, 3, 4 years ago, 1,000 people died in a flood in Africa. I mean, in a mudslide in Africa. That really happened. Oh man, that's crazy. We know that's prophecy, but the world just look at it as it's just news and entertainment. What the average person say? I don't watch the news because it's so disturbing. It's so what's the word they use? Uh, It gets me. What they say, it gets me down. I don't. And not most people you talk to. Did you see the news? No, I don't watch the news because it's so much bad things happening. Zephaniah 3:5. Every morning the Lord bring His judgment to light, man. But you know who's in the midst? You know who know what's going on? It's the remnant, the hopeful elect that understand what's going on, man. Everybody else just watch the news and read newspapers, and they go in the magazine and like, oh man, that's crazy. Man, Lamar Odom, he strung out on drugs. Hey, he shouldn't have took his ass to the Hollywood. It's all prophecy, man. And we sit around, we got the inside scoop on what's really going on. And it's called prophecy, man. Man. But the average person, all they know is it's just some news to them. It's just news, man. Let me get I just got a couple precepts, man. In Isaiah, it's just news to our people, man. Isaiah 13 and 15. But they're gonna find out. As I tell you in Ezekiel 33 and 33, it was a prophet among you the whole time, and you just thought he was crazy, man. He was bugged out. Shalom to all the Akim and I walk tuning in. Yabba Shema Shabrak. Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And how was 2/3 of our people joined to the so-called white man? Let me show you. Isaiah 28 and 15. This is how they joined to them, man. And the Lord said in Exodus, man, make no covenant with the heathen, nor with their gods, man. What do Jake do? Total opposite. Isaiah 28 and 15. And you know what's beautiful? I keep bringing this up. We was all following the ways of the so-called white man, but then the Lord cut you off from that titty. He clipped the nipple. He took some scissors. Can you picture taking some scissors and cut a nipple off some woman's titty? That's what the Lord did to the remnant of Israel, to the so-called white man. He took some scissors, real sharp scissors, fresh out the pack, and cut the nipples off, man. That's what the Lord did. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the old flowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. Why? For we have made lies. Job 13 and 4. The so-called white man is the forger of lies. For we have made lies our refuge. And Nate know this. Johanna know this. Ricard from GOCC know this. Naquan from Watching Israel know this. I don't know that slow belly nigga from Truth. What his name is? Sons of Thunder. They know this, man. For we have made lies our refuge, and on the falsehood have we hid ourselves, man. Sabak and Chief Ephraim, they have made lies their refuge, and on the falsehood have they hid themselves, man. They sold out. They have joined themselves through the 501c3 tax exempt, man. And you got niggas, new niggas that don't know nothing. They want to talk about they in the new covenant. The apostles is going off. You slow bellied niggas, whoever it applies to, you have joined yourselves to those that have made a covenant in Isaiah 28 and 15, man. You are aligned to your flock. And they gonna follow you to your demise. In Ezekiel 14 and 9, the Lord say he set up these men to deceive 2/3 of these people, man. Let's get this. 1 Corinthians. This is supposed to happen. The Lord set this up, man. 1 Corinthians 11 and 19. The Lord set this up, man. It's supposed to be this way. That's why the scriptures say, don't marvel. And that's what I titled the lesson first. Don't marvel if someone, whoever it is, family member, your girl, a friend, your brother, whoever it is, don't marvel if someone trespasses against you. Don't marvel at it, man. because it was always set up in the spirit. It was already set up in it. It was already predestinated. 1 Corinthians 11:19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. And listen, this is today is July the 5th, 2023. If you don't know who's been approved and made manifest among you to teach you sound doctrine, go kill yourself, man. You need to go and jump in a grinder and grind you. You need to go jump in something and kill yourself, because everybody else outside of this truth circle, as Apostle Paul always say, this thing of ours. And none of us is sure, man. But you shall know them by their fruit, man. And outside of great millstone, what's been produced? Rotten, evil fruit that cannot be eaten. As it tell you in Jeremiah 24. The Lord asked Jeremiah, what seest thou? He said, I see a basket of good fruit, of good figs, and I see a basket of evil figs that cannot be eaten. They are so evil. What do you do with fruit? The Lord said, you shall know them. You shall know a tree by his fruit. The Lord called men trees, man. Psalms 1:1 is also in Matthew, man. I mean, not Matthew, Mark. When they asked it, the guy say, I saw men as trees walking. Okay? That precept is in Psalms 1, man. You should know a man by his fruit. And this ain't talking about how many people in your account, man. This is talking about what you are teaching. 1 Corinthians 11:19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. You're supposed to know. The Lord have given us spiritual discernment, man. But you still got niggas that come on the fucking comment board and ask the dumbest, stupidest questions I have ever heard, man. But the Lord said in James 1, patience, that your patience, hey, exercise your patience, that it may have perfect work, man. We all had questions when we first started learning. And we had to watch and wait. Listen, we had to watch and wait to hear these certain things. But you had something else you wanted to know. And you know what happened when you kept watching? A video was done on it, man. Me, personally, every time I had a thought and I had a question about something, every time I kept watching day in and day out, the Lord had me to see the video, man. But you got slow better niggas that'll come on the comment board and ask some stupid stuff, man, instead of waiting and being patient. Well, these microwave ass slow belly niggas. They can't wait for a real meal. As Apostle Paul always say, how the hell can you pull up to a damn KFC or Burger King or Wendy's or Popeyes and get a whole family meal in 10 minutes? A real meal take hours to cook. And I'm doing backup cook now. So, and I'm, it take hours to prepare a real meal. But you can put up to a Burger King and a Popeyes and get a whole meal, a whole family meal of 20, 15, 10 in 10 minutes. That's crazy. Well, we know during the Roman Empire, fast food come from the Romans, the so-called white man. Okay? That's where fast food come from. The Roman Empire, man. Instantly gratification, man. Anyway, again, 1 Corinthians 11:19, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved. And who was approved to teach us the sound doctrine of Yahweh? And Jeremiah 3:15, the apostles of great millstone. And all you out there, follow them. But then you start doing your own thing. And I tell the brothers all the time, you got Jake that always say double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, but you don't got GMS on your title. You know why? Because you niggas really don't believe the microchip is a mark of the beast. So you kind of got like some little room so you can say, oh, see, that's why, nigga. You a fake and a phony and a fraud. You flugazing niggas. All you niggas out there. All you niggas out there. I don't give a. I don't care. I'm telling you. You niggas. They're always talking about double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elder bishops and elders. But you don't watch them. But you don't got GMS. For some reason, you chose another title to put on your name. Guess what? You don't believe that the mark of the beast is the micro seal, and that's why you doing that. So you can say in the back, see that we nigga, it is what it is, nigga. The micro seal is the mark of the beast, but that's why you nigga got different titles on your name, nigga. Yeah, I'm the one to tell you. That's why you got it on you. That's why you don't got GMS. That's why you came on the apostles, you the teachings, but you don't got GMS on your title because you think in the background that the micro CEO of the mark of the beast is something else. Guess what? The Lord gonna reveal you slow belly niggas, man. Hey, rebuke and watch you how about Shema Rashad work every time. Ain't want to make this too long. Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether you accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Hakim, pushing the truth and believing this truth by the four winds of the earth, the entire world. Shall not to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwab who are listening learning. You fruit sisters who are listening learning. I got a couple more precepts. This is let's go back to this. Let's get Proverbs. Cause all you that's joined to these devils, man, the Lord gonna kill you, man. All you Jakes that's trying to slide on the radar and be slick, man. I see right through you bastards, man. Proverbs 16:5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. The so-called white men don't go unpunished, and you 2/3 you slow bellied niggas that's following these bastards, you ain't going unpunished neither, man. Oh, I gotta go back to Isaiah 36:6. It reads, by mercy and truth, the iniquity is a purge. Iniquity is purged, and by the fear of Yahweh, men depart from evil. Let me get this again. Isaiah, because all you that's joined to this system, to the image of the beast, you're going, amen. You don't think Esau Edom know about Exodus 21, starting at verse 5, when it say, if a man shall say he love his master, and he will not go out. You don't think the so-called white man know about this? They got Edomites, so-called scholars, allegedly scholars, that read the scriptures, man. Otherwise, why would he try to make everybody, why would he want to tag everybody in their ear, man, as cattle? They call us Goyim, man. Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thy trusting in the staff of this broken reed. America is broken, man. Deteriorating. The worms cover thee, the road spread on thee. That's corrosion, man. On Egypt, they're going to back of your dollar. There's a pyramid there. Whereon, if a man lean, what does it mean to lean? That means you trust it. You fully trust in this guy. It will go into his hand. It will go into his hand. What's that? The micro seal and pierce. This word pierce means the bore. Go look at the word pierce. It means the bore, which is in Exodus 21. As also in Revelations 13, 16, and 18. And pierce it, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. See, they trust in this bastard, man. But it's okay. Thus said the Lord. Because in Isaiah, Isaiah 16 and Proverbs 16:1, let's read this. You think you're doing something different? You think you're doing something outside of the Lord? Proverbs 16:1, it reads, The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue, where it come from, is from Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. The preparations of the heart in man, is where heart means your mind, and the answer of the tongue is what? Is from Yahweh. So all you niggas, and I'm calling you slow-bellied niggas that always talking about double honors to the apostles and they're the bishops of Great Millstone. You slow-bellied niggas. Why you don't got GMS on your name? Huh? Don't worry, I'll wait. And there's some niggas out there that's saying double honors to the apostles. They ain't even giving double honors to the elder bishops and elders. Why not, you slow-bellied niggas? So you telling me you just watching the apostle videos and you ain't watching the elder bishops and the elders? Nigga, stop your line, nigga. Yeah, I'm the one to tell you. I'm the motherfucking one to tell you. You niggas is lying and you full of shit, man. There's some niggas out there that's saying double honors to the apostles and that's it. What about the elder bishops and elders? You don't watch their videos? Stop your fucking bullshit. You need to close up the scriptures and go back into the world and do what you was doing before this. Because guess what? The Lord is going to weasel you slow-bellied niggas out, man. Double honor to the apostles and that's it. It's we listen. First Corinthians 4 and 15 say you have not many. It say you have though you have 10,000 instructors, yet have you not many fathers, which is the four apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Ha, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, and Apostle Ramlah. Why do you not mention the elder bishops and elders? Cause you a demon, nigga. You some demon niggas, man. Cause you watched the elder bishops and elder videos as well. Stop the bullshit, man. But it's okay. The Lord gonna, hey, you gonna be kicked out too, man. The Lord gonna show you who you are too, man. Hey, Lord is edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to you. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone, who read well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready to accept it or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the four winds of the earth, the entire world, sharing light to the whole elect. And you niggas know who you is, who I'm talking to. You niggas that give double honors to the apostles, but not to the elder bishops and elders. You niggas know who you are, man. Whoever you are, man. Hey, the water for your precept, the water to the end. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom, wa abababah.